you mentioned earlier how you don't really have a formal art background, you didn't learn it at school, instead you just kind of took it on. Is there anything you can recommend for people who haven't been taught art but want to get into it?
Art is so subjective and objective, and I'm one of those people, I don't ever want to say do what I did or don't do what I did. In retrospect, if I had done an art course, I would have found it a lot easier diving into Hamlet and understanding perspective. I would have found it much easier to learn some of the most basic art techniques through a course rather than literally having to learn them as I do them. There's no question that technically my work could probably be better if I had had training. On the flip side of that, another of those beauties of comics as a career is it's not essential to have that training. It is quite possible. I've done it, a lot of people have done it, it's very easy to enter, not very easy, it's quite possible to enter the industry with passion and a strong portfolio and a willingness to learn. So I would never suggest someone don't do an art course or do an art course. It's really got to be what works for you. As it was for me, I stopped pre-GCSE doing art at school for various reasons, largely because in my school you could only choose 2 out of music, drama and art. You could only choose 2 of them. So I went for music and drama because that was what was more relevant to me. So art just got sort of dropped. It became something I did for fun. But I think if it's something you're passionate about, you're doing it all the time. And I was. Every time I wasn't doing anything, I was always drawing. My friends joke, even now, their parents will remember when we were kids at school, they'd know I'd been around at their house because all their telephone books or everything was just covered with drawings because it was just everywhere I was, I had to draw. So in terms of recommendations, if you want to get into the industry and you don't have formal training, you can either consider doing a course if you feel like it's something you want. Otherwise, these days, there are so many YouTube channels, there's so many experts sharing tips online. If you're willing to do your research, you can probably find the information you need. Draw sounds ridiculous, but I genuinely have spoken to people who will spend a while gathering a few pieces into a portfolio and then waiting around, and they're like, but how do I get in? It's like, you're not drawing, you have to be doing it. Yeah, like just learn as you do it, but also just consume, read comics, and don't just read them and go, oh, that was a good story. If you're looking to do the art, you've got to see how an artist does it. And it's not just about how they form their lines, it's about the spaces between their lines. You want to, if there's a panel that stands out to you, really analyse that panel and really go, what have they done? What makes it look that good? So it's about not just consuming things on a superficial level, but consuming them from the point of view of how would I do that? Like, how have they put pen to paper and made that work? If a course works for someone, then that's great, but it is an industry that doesn't require that. So long as you're willing to put, you will have to work twice as hard because you're going to have to learn technical skills that other people might have been told.